Okay, so I'm going to start on the gasifier thing. This is going to be the tube where the actual burning happens inside of, and this is going to be the top part of the gasifier. So I'm just going to empty out what's in here. And this drum here is basically going to be the place where your wood sits. I'm going to have to make a hole at the bottom there to put this pipe in, and the pipe's going to be sticking out from the bottom of that and going into the next drum, which is a full-sized oil drum, same as this, but full size, not cut off. So the first step is to make a hole in the bottom here, and to take this pipe. Now I'm actually going to make the hole smaller than the pipe, because one of the things that we've decided on is that we're going to avoid brassing, because it's a bit of a pain in the backside and difficult to do, and you need to know quite a bit about metals and so on. And instead we're going to do what you can already see here is a little bit of riveting, which if we just add some rivets and some sealant, usually some kind of putty that's very high temperature resistant. There are also silicons that are high temperature resistant, but I'll probably go for a putty because that goes up to like 1,000 degrees, which is plenty. It's a lot more than this will ever get to. One of the problems with brassing is that it can melt if the temperature inside gets too hot, so we wanted to avoid that risk. I've done quite a bit of research on it. So all I'm going to do now is cut a hole in here, which is going to have a that's the size of this pipe, but the hole that I'm going to cut is going to be quite a bit smaller than that. So I'm just going to mark it with a pen, and then we'll get to it. I think I probably want it even smaller than this. Let me see if I've got something. Yeah, this will do. Change the blade in here. The shots you hear in the background, that's just the usual hunters, inverted commas, because the people that shoot the animals around here are not hunters, they're barely shooters. You know, they release like pheasants and stuff around here, and they're basically like chickens. I've come up to like within 2-3 meters of one of these pheasants. I could probably catch them with my bare hands if I rushed them. Certainly with a rock. Don't need a slingshot. So these guys are shooting, basically they're shooting chickens. It's kind of weird. Having been a hunter in my youth, I can't quite understand. Anyway, here we go. Now gonna always do please make sure you've got all the various health and safety gear, especially like face masks for things like disc cutting, because it really is necessary. Oh. Just going to show you the size of the hole that I'm basically cutting out. You can see it marked there, and it's quite a bit smaller than the size of the pipe, but that is as it should be, because you will see later why that is. There. Be a slightly better view. That's basically it for now. So that's step number one. You cut a little hole that's going to be smaller than the diameter of the pipe, and you'll see why that is later when we fit the pipe. But this is it for now, and just to let you know that I also have we'll also have come up with a better idea for the filter mechanism, which I think we're going to have to test to see if it works properly, but it's going to be probably like water based, so that once the syngas is out of the filtering process, it can't go back in, which makes the whole thing a lot safer and so on. Potentially you could get some kind of syngas fire that, like, you know, if whatever happens that makes the gas in the system catch fire, if it can go all the way back to the gasifier, potentially you could have quite a big bang. We don't want that, so we're gonna think of making it sort of as safe as possible and as simple as possible, which is why we're avoiding the brassing and why we're thinking of having a water-based filtering mechanism, if you like, which we'll get into a bit later. That's it for now. Right, one other thing that I'm going to be doing is using this old bed frame to put the whole gasifier on. And the first thing I got to do is get rid of the springy net, which was part of the bedding. Probably a little bit dangerous the way I'm doing it, but if the springs let go, they should pull on to that way, so it should be fine. But again, health and safety stuff. And that was pretty quick and painless. I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then what I'm left with is basically just the frame, which I'm going to put some struts across and then some wheels so that this can be carted around the property or wherever it needs to go. I'll just cut that other bit off, not too exciting, so I probably won't put that on camera.